We're with Debbie at the eve of the inaugural Delta Deep show. How are you today?
Hi, Jay. I'm great. I'm excited.
Wow. Kind of like giving birth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of letting a baby.
Yes, be born. A baby is walking on its own. Yes, yeah.
Now, where did you grow up?
Well, I grew up in Paterson, New Jersey, but I've been in New York longer than I lived in Paterson, New Jersey. So I call myself a New Yorker.
Well, who were your heroes when you were growing up? What was that music that just really stood out?
Shirley Caesar in the gospel, James Cleveland. Then it became Aretha Franklin. I used to sneak because I was a church girl and we wasn't supposed to, be singing jazz music. Those church people thought that everything was jazz. And so I used to sneak with the hairbrush and sing, "Ain't no way," pretending I was a starrer. Yeah.
And when did you get the bug to start singing outside of the church? When did you?
I had done a contest, and I sang Stephanie Mills. I believe it was, I think it was "Never Knew Love Like This Before," or "Feel the Fire." It was Feel the Fire. It was Feel the Fire, and I came in second place. And the guys that were there, that later introduced me to Luther and Colonel Abrams and different people like that, asked me if I would do a demo. And so I was looking around, oh my God, all this is for me? I got bit, and that's when it happened.
Mm-hmm. So now bring us up to Delta Deep. Mm-hmm. How did you find the, chemistry here? How did you meet Phil and come into this project?
Well, Phil is my godson-in-law, okay, because his wife is my goddaughter. And I sang at their wedding, and I would go to the house when they would go on the road and watch the dog. Unfortunately, we lost him a couple of weeks ago. But I would go and watch the house and the dog while they traveled on the road. And one day Phil was in there, he was just playing with the guitar, and I just thought, he says, "That sounds great." And so from that, we started singing, and then we did Motown. Then he asked me would I do this, a couple of things with him, like at the Grammys and a cancer. We did a benefit for cancer. And everybody was like, "Well, where can we buy this?" And we said, "Well, we don't have." They said, "You guys should do an album." So we started writing. So it
started just for the pure enjoyment of it.
Yes, yes. My mom said I was, from the crib, I used to, before I could walk. And then in the church, before I could stand good, I was singing. My grandmother, she was a singer, and I would watch her sing. And she sang like Bessie Smith and those guys, And I got bit again, Then my godmother would say to me, because I had this little voice, "Sing out, Debrorah," because she was the organist and she ran the choir, and she would push me to sing out, and then I got bit some more,
So talking about the songwriting process, how did these songs with Delta Deep come together? Was it just
Well, one of them, the first one we did was "I Know You're Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone." And we did that in New Zealand at Helen and Phil's house in New Zealand. We went there, and he heard this melody in his head, and we started writing it. And then I just started along. We all wrote. Helen wrote it, me and Phil. Most of the all of the songs that are not covers, Helen, Phil, and I wrote them. And he would give a storyline, and we would do it. But I've always done that. When I was 14 years old, I wrote 2 songs for the choir that won us to do Savoy, to get a chance to record. And I was 13. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've been writing is a thing, poetry, music, Sure.
Mm-hmm. Now tell us about, Phil and where his strengths are and make such a great collaborator.
Phil is the most gentlest giant I know. He's spiritual, he's loving, He's sensitive, he's caring, and he's encouraging. You know, he's inspiring. To me, he's a teacher. He teaches you. You know what I mean? And he's patient, you know. So, and I love him because he lives in the moment. He's teaching me to live in every moment. You know what I mean? It's important because I lost one of my children 2 years ago to gun violence, my baby son. And he was there to catch me when I fall, literally there to catch me when I fell. And telling, you know, explaining to me, you know, this is a part of life, gentle but warm. You know what I mean? And it gave me strength. And one of the songs we wrote, Whiskey, is about the death of my son. It doesn't, you wouldn't know it unless we explained it to you. Whiskey, drank whiskey. That's that black on black crime. And also, reach for the bottle, it's gone, all gone. That's his life, you know. So he inspired me, you know, to, he believed in me and he inspired me. And we just connected. When we sang, honest to goodness, when we make a mistake, we make it together. And you don't even know it, you know. I'm serious. But
well, it's important because too much of the music today is too polished, too perfect, too computerized, you know.
Yeah.
You need the rawness. You need to feel like it's not
That's true.
mechanical.
I feel like we're Ain't Your Mama. She's still fat. She still got that head bag on her head, but she's still on that pancake box, and it's still good. You know what I mean? The stuff from old, like even the cars, all the old stuff, you know. My dream is that I can touch, inspire, and move and motivate people, you know, to that it's never too late. Move forward. So I'm hoping, you know.
Yeah, and what are your other hopes for Delta Deep? What do you hope people get out of this and you kind of fill a hole that's kind of missing out there? We need more of.
I hope they're inspired. I hope they get healing. I hope, you know how when you hear a song, you say, oh, that's my song, and it helps you through challenges in your life. There have been songs, different people whose songs have helped me get over different things, challenges in life. I'm hoping that will touch. You know, this got me over. It's just been 2 years since my son moved to heaven, and this, I whispered his name and God's name in every song, and this is what helped me. So I'm hoping that the love and the energy that went into it can help and inspire and heal and touch people. You know, I want people to be touched because, you know, when we were kids, man, that music, it did something to you. And you remembered the words because they were memorable. You know what I mean? It wasn't. And I'm not going to knock people. Some people do what they need to do to make the dollar, but this ain't about the dollar. This is about me being grateful for the gift and being able to share it. You know, so it's a great opportunity to be able to share the gift. I always say God's gift to us is life. Our gift to God is what we do with it. I did not put my gifts under a bushel, and I'm hoping that I can make God smile in the world as well. You know.
Amazing stuff. And what other advice do you give to young singers, young creative people, young songwriters? What do they need to concentrate on to really find their own voice?
Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Don't try to fit in. Get in where you fit in. Be true to yourself. Believe in yourself. Know who you are. When you know who you are, don't compete, I would say. Because the only person that you should compete with is you. Because there is no competition outside of you. You only can be you. And what you bring to the table, okay, might be the meat or the, since Phil's a vegan, or the soy, you know what I mean? It might be what somebody needs to not jump off of a cliff. You know what I mean? We all have a purpose, and just be true to yourself and fulfill your purpose. That's what I would say.
Debbie, those are great words to live by. We can't wait to be right here in the front row.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you. Best
Thank
of luck.
you. Thank you. Thank you.